when I was in my freshman year of high school, I joined the speech and debate team. I did it when I was in middle school, so I thought, why not do it when I'm in high school? Now, what I didn't expect is that 3 months into my high school career of speech and debate, I was made not the historian, not the treasurer, but the vice president of the team. This was a shocker to me because I was notoriously a troublemaker and never had a leadership role before, so the fact that someone like me, someone with my track record, was put in such a high position within the club, it just didn't make sense to me. Has something great ever happened to you, but you wondered if you deserved it? Let me ask you another question. Have you ever wanted to do something but chose not to because of a severe underlying factor? Let me ask you one last question. Have you heard of the theory of familiarity? With that speech and debate story, I was dealing with something called imposter's syndrome, which is defined by the Oxford Dictionary as the persistent inability to believe that one's success is deserved or has been legitimately achieved by one's own efforts or skills. I told myself that I wasn't worthy of the vice president position simply because I didn't have the best track record with staying out of trouble. And that tracks. A lot of the time, we tell ourselves that we aren't worthy of something or that we're imposters because we don't feel like we're up for it. But in my case, I put in a lot of work into speech and debate, and I was very passionate about it, and I still told myself that I wasn't ready for that role. Which just goes to show that us telling ourselves that we're imposters does nothing but hold us back in life and keeps us from our greater purpose that we can always achieve. We just tell ourselves that we aren't ready for it. In my case, maybe I wasn't the leader of the year or going to get any awards for it, but I still accepted the position when it came to me, and I even moved up to the president position, to which I've now held for over 3 years. Remember this, when the door opens for you to change what the status quo of your life has been for so long, don't look back because you feel like you're not ready for it, and instead, walk through it. When I was about 10 years old, my mom passed away. This was extremely hard for me because losing a parent is one of the hardest things a child can go through. It's a loss of a role model, and the effects on a child are long-lasting and adept. And they were long-lasting on me. That's what led to the story I told you about earlier. I was a troublemaker. I didn't know what I was doing. But one day, I was looking at my mediocre grades, and it came to a crossroad. I realized I had 2 choices. 1, I could let this circumstance affect me for the rest of my life and never move past it. Or 2, despite my circumstance, I could keep on moving forward and find another pathway to success when it doesn't even seem like there is one. And I chose the latter. A lot of the times, we tell ourselves that our situation, our circumstance is nothing that we can never move past when that couldn't be further from the truth. Now, am I saying what all of you may be going through isn't hard? No, I'm not going to sit here and deny that what all of you may be going through isn't extremely harrowing. But what I am saying is that you choose how you deal with it, and you choose how you move forward. With me, I kept on going even when it was hard to get up in the morning, not only because I knew that's what my mom would have wanted, but I know that I am and always will be better than the circumstances that are tied to my life. When your life passes you by, you'll have the chance to tell people either a sob story or a story of victory with a couple roadblocks. Now, I'm pretty sure we've all heard of the saying, so please finish it for me. Birds of a feather fly together. Another story is one time I was in class with my friends, and we were goofing around, fooling around, and they threw a pencil at me. So, obviously, I have to retaliate, so I throw the pencil back at them. But one thing about me is I have terrible aim, so I attempt to throw the pencil back at them, miss them completely, hit my math teacher, and I almost got a referral for it. Sometimes the situation holding us back from being great isn't us feeling like an imposter or our situation, but the people we have around us. We need to be aware of the energy we keep in our direct friendship circles because we don't realize that oftentimes the people in our direct circle are a reflection of us. For example, let's say I want to start a study group because I don't want to fail my next exam, but all my friends do is play video games all day. I don't think I'm going to get a lot of studying done with that friend group. You want to build your foundation of success on something firm, but you also want to realize who's around you and what materials they're using. Because if you don't, everything you're trying to accomplish is going to fall flat on its face because by having bad company around you, you're inherently building on a foundation of sand instead of rock. The theme for today's TEDx event is Our Future is Local. And that's true, but on two levels. One, yes, the people who are going to be on the stage and the people you see around you are going to be the people running this world and future TEDx events, but that's also true on another level. The future starts from within. Earlier, I asked you 3 questions, but if you dive deep into the questions, you'll realize that all of them signify how we hold ourselves back from being great. Whether it's feeling like you're an imposter, whether it's the situation you find yourself in, or just not having the best friends around you, we need to realize that there's no circumstance in this world that can hold us back from being great if we don't let it. No matter what, there's always a pathway to success, even if you can't see it, because you can always find another one, no matter how much life keeps you down. There's something extremely gratifying of not being the most likely person to succeed, but still succeeding anyways, and being able to tell other people that story who were in similar situations like you once you achieve everything you want. So the question I ask to you today is, are you going to let your circumstances define you or refine you?